Okay, so now we're going to create our first actual abstract. I'm going to take everything actually between this unpack and this multiplier and put them into a separate abstract. Now an abstract is essentially a PD project inside a PD project, and it means that you don't have to duplicate a whole bunch of routing, because once you've done that you can access it multiple times. So I'm going to have polyphony with this synth. So everything that I just mentioned there between the unpack and the multiplier, I'm going to need for every single note that plays. And I don't want to actually have to duplicate all of that routing all within this PD project. It'll get messy. So what I can do is put all of this inside an abstract, and then I can access that abstract as many times as I like for as many notes that I need. I don't have to keep on doing all of the actual routing again and again. Okay, so the first thing to understand with abstracts though is that they need to be all within the same folder, or they just don't work. So at the moment, the My First Synth project, you can see, is currently saved to my desktop, which is bad working practice, but you never know. So important point, I'm going to actually close down this project, go to the desktop and create a new folder, and I'm going to call this My First Synth. I'm going to grab that PD project and I'm going to move it into there and then reopen it. Don't have that project open whilst you actually try to move it to the folder, because you end up with another copy and it doesn't behave the way you would want it to, as I found out a little bit earlier. So in order to get ready for this abstract to work, I'm going to create a new PD project. Command N, here it is. Let's save this, and I'm going to call it Note. And I'm going to make sure it's in the My First Synth folder, like so. I'm now going to grab everything that I want to put into this abstract. So if I go into editing mode here, disconnect this wire and this wire, select all of these, Command X, select the note abstract and paste. You can't see it because it keeps its relative position. There it is down there. And now I need to add an inlet and an outlet, which, as the name suggests, are just a way to get data in and out of this abstract. So Command 1, inlet, let's patch that to the unpack, so it's going to behave as before once I patch it back in again. And I can select this multiplier, Command 1, outlet, tilde, because it's audio that it's routing, and save it. Another important point. Go back to here, Command 1, and if I now type the word note and click out, you can see this is now being recognized as an object. If it wasn't in the same folder as the note project, then it wouldn't be recognized at all. It would just be dotted lines around it. So let's replace the patching that we had on here. Click from here to here and here to here. Great. So whilst we're talking about abstracts, I'm going to need another abstract, which is going to be the envelope controls. So let's save, create new. Let's call this ADSR. Again, make sure it's inside the My First Synth project. Hit save. And so it's all ready to go. Later, I'm going to add my inlet and my outlet, all ready to go when I need it later on. Great, see you in the next video.